So the title of this video is no lie, the Steam Machine will be dead on arrival. I think might be a bit of an understatement considering the price here in Canada is I kid you not, $1,509, and that is the 512 gigabyte version. There's a few things I want to talk about in this video because I just need to gather my thoughts. I want to do like a little comparison to the PS5 because if you look at the specs of the Steam Machine, it really is pretty much just like a PS5. It is going one for one to a PS5 essentially. Now, the one thing that you got to consider though is that the PS5 is, well, it's a PS5, and I say that not in like the brand sense, but the fact that when a developer makes a game for the game console, I know you guys aren't stupid listening to me, it's so obvious they optimize the game for the platform itself, and the Steam Machine is a general PC. When you think of it like that, the games are not optimized directly for Steam Machine. I know that they have a program, just like they have with the Steam Deck, for Deck Verified, and now there's going to be the Steam Machine Verified. The fact that it is $1,509 without a controller, is a very it just really brings this console down. It really is going to be dead on arrival. And like the title, there's no clickbait here. I really do think that this is going to be dead on arrival. I think what's going to happen is it's going to sell out right away. And I mean right away in the sense that they're just going to sell out. And that's going to be it. The people who wanted one are going to buy one. The people who have been waiting many, many, many years for a Steam Machine, like myself, because I've been following Steam Machines since the very original one that came way back in the day, because this is the Steam Machine 2, or the Steam Machine 2. I'm not going to buy this thing, right? Why are you going to buy this? If you look at the value proposition, this had so much going for it, right? Because this was supposed to be the thing that got people who were on consoles onto PC. And this is just sucks because the timing of all of this coming out in the AI bubble that we're in right now, it was just one of the worst times to have any product launch in history for technology, is like right now at this current moment in time. It could be getting worse in the future with all the contracts that are lined up until 2027, 2028. I'll make more videos about that later on, but right now, as of this current time, this is just the worst time to launch this console. At $1,500, you get the 512 gigabyte Steam Machine, and then you can see right here 512 gigabytes with the controller is $1,628. Oh my god. And then if you want to go up to the 2 terabyte version because you're a baller, this is like worth more than money in gold nowadays, $1,919 without a controller also. Of course, when you move up to having the controller, that adds on like an additional something $100. 2 terabytes with the controller is $2,038. Guys, what are we doing here? This is not going, like, come on. Like, you're pushing out a product nowadays that is just, I don't know what you could have done at this point. Because really, it's just the worst time to come out. Having a $2,000 system that matches a PS5, or in most cases will perform worse than a PS5, is actually going to really suck for the PC, for the people who really wanted a Steam Machine. I have a friend who really wants a Steam Machine, and they saw this price. I was calling them today. They're like, "What?" They called me about the Steam Machine prices. They're like, "What the hell? Like, what is going on?" Right? And that's just the thing. When you look at the value proposition, I keep saying it, but when you look at the value proposition of buying a PS5 that comes with a controller for $400 or $500 less than the starting price, and also sometimes has games bundled in and all that, right? You know what I mean? And it's gonna have GTA 6 on it, and this is coming out a little bit before GTA 6. This won't even get GTA 6 because that is not happening on PC, at least not yet. It's not, which it will most likely, but it's not yet. That's the thing. So if you're gonna do it from a values proposition, if you're looking at subscriptions for PSN, how you have to pay $100 a year, that does really suck. And if you're looking at the Steam Machine more for the long haul, like you're looking far into the future, you want to have this thing for 10 years and you want to play online with your friends in that time, then you're going to be paying $1,000 in PSN memberships over 10 years, right? So if you're looking at all that stuff, because if I was like, it's just so expensive nowadays. And that's not even to say that the subscriptions for PSN won't shoot up, which they seem to, it's like a never ending wheel of always going up in these prices, right? I think Game Pass was a bit of the exception because of the backlash that happened, right? But for something like PlayStation and Sony, that stuff just doesn't really happen, right? And people are always turning their heads towards the PlayStation 5 and this because the specs are so similar. It really does just suck. A lot of it comes down to the timing of the market that they're in currently. The AI bubble is really screwing over a lot of things, like the technology that me and you really love and want, like the Steam Machine. We can't have it. Well, we can, but like it's not worth it. It just doesn't make sense to do this kind of stuff. The one thing I do think that would have actually saved this product launch, surprisingly, would have been a Half-Life 3 announcement. And I know people have been saying it for years, Half-Life 3 is coming out next year, Half-Life 3 is coming out this month, or it's been this whole thing for so long. I honestly do believe that if Half-Life 3 was to be announced alongside this system to soften the blow of the price, I think that could have been a system seller if it was done really right. The hype for that game could have been immense, but again, with all the timing of this stuff, if you were to release Half-Life 3 right before GTA 6 is coming out, do you see the problem there? It doesn't really correlate. It's like it's going to be overshadowed by GTA 6, so it's like they couldn't do that anyways. But I believe that would have saved the launch. And then it's like if they held off any longer, the hardware was going to get older and a little bit more out of date when it did launch. And there's just so many things that are going on here because they already had these systems made a while ago, right? They didn't want to share the price with anybody because they were afraid of what people would say about it. And I mean, really, it's a fair reaction to have when you look at the price of these things. This is ridiculous, the jump being $500 to 2 terabytes with a control. I just can't. Like, it's just, oh my gosh. Okay, I've been rambling too much for now. That's all I got. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we are trying to grow the channel. We're a bit of a small one, so I'd really appreciate it. If you did hit the like button. Why not? If you didn't, hit the dislike, whatever, you know what I mean? Comment down below your thoughts and opinions on the video, or on what do you think of the Steam Machine? Are you going to buy the Steam Machine, or do you know anyone who's like really interested in it? Or what do you think is going to happen with the Steam Machine? Again, like I said, I really do think that it's going to be dead on arrival. And as sad as it is, I was rooting for it. And I think a lot of people were rooting for this system. And it's just a really big shame to see it the way that it went. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.